What up, big kids? Here's my big review of the movie Prometheus. Now, some spoilers ahead, so just a little warning here. Now, Prometheus is coming from director Ridley Scott, known for Alien, as well as Gladiator, and a bunch of other awesome movies. And, of course, Blade Runner. How can you forget that? Now, he's back doing sci-fi, and this universe is in the same universe as Alien. But this movie, if you're thinking this is a prequel to Alien, yes and no. It's definitely setting up more movies in the Prometheus Alien universe. I know a lot of people look at this and they see the engineers, as they're called, as like the space jockey. I know the Prometheus is mentioned in the first Alien movie, and people are wondering about the alien, the xenomorphs, and well, let me get to that. So now, first off, I saw this movie in IMAX 3D. It looked amazing. Cinematography, it looked huge and epic. The 3D was actually really good. You know, some parts it was okay, but for the most part, like especially with you know, the landscapes, or with you know, all the HUDs of all the different technology, it looked amazing, popping out and stuff. This movie, it's kind of like epic. It's like sort of suspenseful horror, drama, sci-fi. It's definitely more sci-fi than anything else. I wouldn't say the horror aspect is as scary and intense as like Alien or Aliens, in that aspect. But there is, you know, some little, but pretty predictable scares coming. You can definitely see them coming. They're not like, oh crap, you know. So definitely nothing in the movie like really like, oh my god, you know, scared me. So for people that are wondering about that, now like I said, this movie has a new cast. Like, no one's mentioned from Alien or Aliens, you know, whatever. Naomi Rapace plays Elizabeth Shaw. She's the main one that wants to go find out about the engineers, the people who made us. This movie definitely has a very complex plot. You know, it's all about, like, you know, wanting to meet our makers and why did they make us, and all this stuff, traveling across the galaxy and all this stuff. And I have to say, Michael Fassbender, who's Magneto in X-Men First Class, he stole the show. He was just amazing. He's an android named David, and his character is very interesting. He has like some you don't know his motivations. Is he good? Is he bad? Definitely probably the most memorable and best character in this film. Charlize Theron, I love her. Her character was kind of a biatch, and she gets it at the end. And that's the thing, spoiler alert, everyone else in this film, I mean, you can kind of tell, and you already knew, even from seeing the trailers, everyone except for Elizabeth Shaw and David die in the end. I mean, it's like any Aliens movie, where pretty much all the crew dies except for like a couple, the main people. And it's like all the stereotypes, like, you know, like like her Elizabeth Shaw, like Charlie Holloway, who's also her like boyfriend, stuff, like he dies. It's kind of really early. I was wondering, like, you know, he dies like pretty early in the movie. And Fitfield or whatever, Sean Harris, he very like, you know, I'm in there for the money and no nonsense, very stereotypical roles. Like a lot of these people are just very you know, throwaway caricatures, and you know, and stuff like, you know, the nerd, the jock, the you know, the funny one, all that stuff. Yeah, pretty much all these characters are just like yeah, are all like, you know, you know, just like, you know, caricatures, and you know, they're just gonna, you know, bite at the end. Another thing, like, well, another character I love that sadly he died, and it, you know, of course, like the black man always gets killed off. What the hell's up with that? But Idris Elba, who's known as Heimdall in Thor, and he's in Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance. I love him. He's one of my favorite actors now. He was great as the captain, and him and his crew. Okay, basically the gist of it, I'll try to explain this in a nutshell. So they're going off to this galaxy to try to find the engineers, because like all these societies worshipped the same like 5 ships or whatever galaxy. Guy Pearce's character, Peter Whalen, finances this journey, and he wants to like live forever. He's really old. By the way, the makeup on Guy Pearce was good and kind of weird at the same time. I love Guy Pearce, Memento, one of my favorites, and yeah, he looked very old and anyway. So they're trying to, like, you know, different motivations. Obviously, Elizabeth Shaw's character is wanting to find the engineers and ask them why, and like want to know the questions we all ask, like why are we here, blah blah blah. And then the other people are just there for like, you know, want to find the Fountain of Youth, or you know, all this stuff. And then basically things happen where like David like infects Holloway, and they have and Holloway has sex with Shaw, and then she basically gives birth to like an alien, which is it the aliens from Aliens the Xenomorphs? We'll see. But anyway, then you know, people are getting infected by this black goo from the engineers, and basically they're trying to figure out that they're sending this out to the engineers create the humans, but they want to kill it because we're too smart or too evil, something like that. Basically, then the whole thing at the end, when they awaken the one engineer, the ship, they discover that place is a whole ship, and the Prometheus has to take it down. So the captain and the rest of the crew, which by that time a lot of the crew have been killed off, have to sacrifice it, and then Shaw and Dave are the only ones left. And she stops the engineer because of the thing that she gave birth to stops the engineer. And then basically now they found another ship. David helps fly her, and then set up for Prometheus 2, or probably it will be called something else because they're not on the Prometheus anymore. And then the last bit, this is very major spoiler alert, the thing that affected the engineer busts out of the engineer's chest, and it looks like a xenomorph, but the thing, it has a prolonged head, and then it extends like an inner mouth. So is this the evolution? Will this eventually be what the xenomorphs will be? A lot of questions that they don't answer, and a lot more questions they create. So overall, this movie was good. I don't think it's as great as Alien or Aliens. I think it's one of those movies that, like a lot of these sci-fi movies, a lot of speculation, has a lot of like good thoughts, a lot of it makes you think, and you're invested in this journey. I just wish the characters were a little bit more memorable, besides David and Shaw and then the captain. Those are like my three favorites. Everyone else, like, whatever. I said the 3D was good. The special effects were really good. Looked great with the Prometheus and all the special effects with the engineer and everything. If you're going into this as a prequel for Alien, you're kind of going to get disappointed, because this is setting up the same universe, but it's going to take a few films to be the prequel to Alien, sadly. So I would say Prometheus is definitely a movie. If you love sci-fi, you love the Alien universe, but you're not expecting it to be a prequel to Alien, you'll enjoy it. Otherwise, it might be slow at times, and the action is good, but it's like I said, it's more of a, you know, journey of what's going to happen than anything else. So with that aspect, I like Prometheus. Like I said, it wasn't like the best movie I've seen this year, but it definitely, like I was expecting it a little bit more of a prequel to Alien, so that's why I was a little disappointed, but I still enjoyed it. But in that case, I give Prometheus a 3.5 out of 5. I definitely recommend it. The 3D is good. I saw it in IMAX 3D. It looks the best in that format, but you can still watch in 2D and you'll still enjoy it. And if you also enjoy awesome t-shirts like this, the Fury 7 shirt, you can get them awesome new designs every day from RippedApparel.com. They do t-shirts of video games, movies. They even had Xenomorph Ninja Turtle shirts. They do a lot of great stuff, and you know, they're only $10, so check out RippedApparel.com. And for more geek news, reviews of movies and more, check out bkbn.net. I'm Sean Long. Remember, celebrate your gnome in a big way.
Go to bkbn.net. Go to bkbn.net. Go to bkbn.net. I tell you to go. Go down.